Hello and welcome back to Tales of Berseria. So let's hop right into it and continue. So the plan is later tonight, later today I should say. It's only 1:15 in the afternoon. Later today we'll do some ghosts. Ghosts of Tatsuhima. Oh, what were we doing again last night?
Show him how I.
That's right. We're going to rescue. Grab as many cat souls as we can. Speaking of which, we'll after travel again, we'll see if we can get to Cat's Island. Yes, and we found out last night that I did not get the glass item to get us gym, whatever it's called, to level up to level 10 like the 8 joke. And I will during this playthrough we will we'll make sure that in the post game, since it's post game that triggers it. We get it. If can't, if I missed a flag or something, then well, I guess I will be playing it again. Trigger. Let's see. On the left. But we are collecting cats. Collecting cats as we can. Low ass trees. Stay out of the way. Grab that, grab that.
Is that demon really Ifried?
Eisen would know better than anyone, so I'd take it as a fact.
But I thought when people have a strong will like you and Kurogane, they don't lose themselves upon becoming a demon. From how Eisen talks about him, I'd say his strength of will should be considerable.
Even if you don't lose yourself, a demon is a demon. When you change, you're no longer human. I don't remember how I felt as a human, but I bet the human me would have thought I'm a real monster.
But would the old part of Ifried allow him to be so obedient to the Abbey?
No. He didn't seem to be following Melchior of his own free will. I imagine Melchior's illusory arts are at play.
Like what we saw at Loringen in a ball? Is that enough to control a demon?
They would seem so. But more importantly, someone with a psyche resilient enough to impress Eisen should be extraordinarily hard to turn into a demon.
So Melchior must be using a particularly nasty illusion, eh?
Ifried, Eisen, please be okay. We have to hurry! Zavid's all alone!
Well, he's not exactly an ally. He's got his own creed. Remember the White-Horned Dragon? He might try to protect Ifried.
So Eisen might too, right? This is Ifried we're talking about, so...
He's a demon now. He's not Eisen's old buddy anymore.
Even if we can't bring him back to being human, there has to be something we can do to make him... himself again.
If he's a demon, he'll never be himself again. He attacked Benwick and the rest of his crew. The old Ifried's gone.
So... what does Eisen plan to do?
I don't know. That's up to him. Worst case, you might have to fight him too. It's best you prepare yourself for that possibility.
But...
Of course it's gonna be a fight. Why else would they have us? Go there. Grab as many cats on the way. Souls. Only about 500. Jump. Jump! Oh, shortcut. Now we want to go to cinema. God damn it, cinema. Alright. Yeah. Just want to go this way. Though, I'm gonna make a save here. I'm a little curious. Is Teresa and Oscar still laying there? Let's go see real quick. No harm comes out of checking, right? If we don't check, we'll never know. Nope, you guys are too close. Oh, this demon's here now. Hey, there's Chester. How did we miss this? Hold on. Topaz blade. Ooh. Hey, there's another door. Topaz spear. Did the chests respawn? Kinda quiet here. Who's it? Sick. No, let's go back. Nothing. I don't see Teresa or Oscar. And I removed it. And slowly fade into music. Now that chest is open. It's not open those until the last time. Who knows? Who knows? So let's see what's going on over here. Make another save because we picked up a couple things. What troubles are waiting for us in here? Let's go over here right quick. Souls. Ooh, and another gold. Oh, quartz bracelet. You. Hey, there's some cat souls over there. Back to grab those. Yes, we need them. Put 'em up. Grab you. How about you guys? Grab. Ah! Alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Woo! You did it!
Zavid! You alright? Stop! I know these fists. This is Ifrid.
Why didn't you fight back?
Ifrid. She pulled me back from the brink. I owe him. This time, it's my turn to bring him back.
A demon can never be human again.
So what? That's supposed to make me change my creed? What do you think, Ifrid?
Savid!
Going after kids now? Benwick and your crew risked their lives by your side. Zavid's an idiot, but he stands by his beliefs. I won't let anyone trample their creeds. Even you! I owe you everything, Ifrid. And now, it's time to pay it back!
Are you all right with this, Aizen?
I am. Let's settle this.
Easier said than done. He's a sturdy birdie.
Damn right he is. And that's why I gotta do this! Killing Flash! But I'm this close. I won't miss! Form Zero!
Oh, slowly.
End of the road.
Taking hostages now.
I'm sorry. Just forget about me. I'm prepared for whatever happens.
All right. You've grown. You're a man now. Family, friends, everything I ever tried to hold on to, all of it trickled away, fell from my grasp. But a certain idiot once told me, if you can't hold something in your hand, then make a fist and take it by force. This fist will take everything back. Just like you told me to!
I know this fist. It's you. Sorry. Caused you a lot of trouble, didn't I?
Don't worry about it. We're friends, right?
Ifrid!
A demon changed back into a human?
Forget it. It's too late.
I'm sorry.
If I only knew how to use my power.
Stop crying. Didn't you say you were prepared for anything?
But, Eisen, you were searching for Eifried for so long.
You're still as soft as you ever were. Boy, I'll let you in on little secrets. Your power comes from being part of Innominat. Which means, if you can seal off his domain, you actually got a chance of putting up a good fight.
Seal off his domain?
The 4 elemental Empyreans sleeping in the earth pulses. If you can rouse them from their slumber. Hurry, while Artorias and Innominat are occupied. They're getting ready for some ceremony of suppression. It's now or never, kid.
Thank you, Eifried.
I'm just sad I can't go with you. It sounds like a goddamn blast.
I won't apologize.
You shouldn't. I'm grateful. You always kept things from getting dull. If we ever meet again, let's raise some hell. Eisen.
Yeah, we will. See you, Eifried. I owe you one, Zavid.
We had a chance to bring him back, but you went and killed him. Next time I see you, we'll settle the score. Between me and your creed.
See you around, Zavid.
So, we need to wake the 4 elemental Empyreans?
But how do we do it?
Dunno. Maybe you tickle their divine footsies with a feather until they...
You're back!
And you're looking better.
Somehow. But what happened to that demon?
We killed him. Benwick, he...
Let me tell him. The rest of you, find Grimoire and ask her about the 4 Empyreans.
Eisen.
Are you sure?
Do it. He gave us this chance. We can't waste it.
Okay.
Well, now.
Resurrect the elemental Empyreans. True. If we do that, we might be able to suppress Innominat's domain.
It may even liberate the minds of the Malachim that Innominat has under his control.
I'm sure some will no longer obey their exorcists.
Good. We'll take a big bite out of their forces.
More importantly, Innominat will lose the ability to enhance the resonance of his exorcists. Most exorcists will no longer even be able to perceive Malachim at all, just like before. Of course, anyone as innately gifted as me is another story.
Will I... become unable to see Laphicet?
We won't know until we try.
Eleanor...
Then let's give it a shot. I'll accept whatever happens.
But these elemental Empyreans, they're gods, right? You sure it's okay to disturb their beauty sleep?
They control the 4 elements. Waking them is likely to upset the balance of the world quite a bit.
I'll take that as a no then.
We don't even know how to revive them. At worst.
If it's anything like the opening, then we need to offer a sacrifice at the Earth Pulse on a Scarlet Night.
We have to kill someone?
The act of killing is not essential to the ceremony. All that's needed is a soul free of malevolence.
If that's true, then doesn't Velvet already have a whole belly full of them?
The exorcists I devoured.
It's perfect. You're a Therian. You're capable of releasing the power you absorb. The souls of the high-ranking exorcists you ate should do nicely.
Use Oscar and Teresa's souls to resurrect the Empyreans?
It's worth a try, at least. When's the next Scarlet Night? 3 years after the Advent. In other words, soon.
Do we have enough time? The 4 Empyreans are asleep in different places, right?
Correct. 4 Earth pulses for 4 Empyreans. But if you use a life pool, you may be able to awaken all 4 at the same time.
A life pool?
Earth pulses normally flow horizontally, but in exceptionally rare cases, they can flow vertically. This causes energy to collect at the Earth pulse's base, forming a life pool. Though sometimes the energy flows the other way, upward, into what's called a life spring.
Oh! So if we make use of one of these life pools, a single sacrifice could reach all 4 Empyreans.
Where are they? There's a life pool in the northern reaches of Midgand, but I heard a large temple was built over it recently.
That's the Empyrean throne! We can't go there, it's Innominat's home base!
Most unfortunate.
Couldn't we use a life spring? It all connects to the same place, right? We'll have to go against its flow, but...
We'll force the soul right down its throat.
Where's the nearest life spring?
Our best bet would be Mount Killerhouse.
Eisen?
I'm fine. What's done is done.
Killerhouse? That's the volcano on the northernmost tip of Northgand, but it's a hellscape of ice and lava!
Naturally. Killerhouse is the most powerful life spring there is.
So, in short, we shove the souls of the exorcists into the molten core of that volcano.
That should awaken the 4 elemental Empyreans. Together, they will seal off Innominat's domain. It's just a theory, but...
It's one I'll put my money on.
Me too.
Then we're off to Northgand. Mount Killerhouse is north of Helives.
Things are getting interesting. Ooh, capsules. Okay. Let's grab these guys. Pop, pop, pop. And that's that. Okay. Why is she standing up on the back ledge?
The ship's ready to sail. Where are you headed?
We don't have a problem. If you've got a grudge, we can settle it here and now.
Huh? Why would we have a grudge against you guys? The first mate fought like the first mate. The captain died like the captain, right?
I suppose.
Then no swabby here can blame you for what happened. We're Ifrid's pirates, and don't forget it. We're not so pathetic that we need pity from some Lord of Calamity.
All right. The ship's in your hands.
Aye aye. You can count on us.
The Von Eltia looks the same as ever. But it feels utterly different, doesn't it?
Yeah. Even Benwick looked like he'd been crying.
I can imagine. But if we let ourselves despair now, we'd be a disgrace to Ifrid's creed.
We have to swallow our anger and grief, and sail on.
Right. Following a creed isn't always pleasant. We must do what we must.
I won't allow the Abbey to do things like this.
Destroying someone like that, turning them into a puppet, it's unconscionable.
Still, a heart can never be fully bridled. It can be shattered, but never erased entirely.
Ifrid proved that.
Right. His body is gone, but he lives on through his crew. Magilu is right. What lives in one's heart can never be erased.
Yeah. The heart is eternal.
Alright. Why? We're literally gonna bounce off there. That means they stop there.
see. Orichalcum or not, Stormquell snapped like a twig.
I'm afraid so. It was Innominat who did it. But I think Shigure could have done the same.
So hardness alone isn't enough. Forgive me. I thought I had found clarity, but it was only foolish pride.
You should be proud. You are, without a doubt, the greatest swordsmith in the world. I'm looking forward to your next blade.
Even now, you would still place your trust in me.
Of course. Is there any other swordsmith who could craft a blade out of Orichalcum? You're a master of your art. A visionary who spent centuries working to forge a blade of legend. I'm honored to know you.
I don't know what to say.
Unless, of course, you've given up on making a sword to surpass Stormhowl.
Does this look like the face of a man who's given up?
Not in the least.
We're making good time.
The only problem is that ceremony that Artorius was going on about. We don't know how long it'll take.
Eifried said they called it the Ceremony of Suppression. Most likely, it's how Innominat plans to release his power.
Most likely. He hasn't absorbed Laphicet in your despair, so Innominat should still be incomplete. But if his powers fully awaken...
Humanity will be robbed of their free will!
I can hear them celebrating now. The uglinesses of the human soul are suppressed. And the world is free of malevolence! Hurrah! Hurrah!
Robbing humanity of its will. They'll be like I once was. Something's coming!
Hey, please guys, let's not fight!
This is a domain?
Innominat's domain.
Their wills have been stolen!
It's not been fully sealed away yet. Rokuro, give him a good smacking. Wake him up!
On it!
Aizen!
Got it. We'll put in at the nearest harbor. To Port Zexen!
I feel like some jerk played tug of war with my brain.
Dig up some spirit. They're trying to strip away your will.
Oh no! Look! merchant. You're all right.
I do not deserve to be all right. I used people, stepped on them just to make a profit. I even aided wanted criminals so that I could expand my business. My soul is black with ugliness and can never be forgiven.
Huh? No, wait! Stop!
The world needs to be purified of malevolence. I don't belong here. I have to die. I have to die. I have to die.
No, it's not right!
Oh!
You can die if you want, but saying you have to die is a good way to make my blood boil.
Those awakened to their own malevolence seek to end their lives. Welcome to Artorias' uncompromising world of reason.
First they steal humanity's rudder, and now they want to say who lives and who dies?
We should find out what's happening here, unless you'd rather not see.
You're right. I wouldn't. But I won't hide from the truth any longer.
Before anything else, we'll need to confirm just how far his power reaches. Let's head to Logris.
That's funny.
So this is the result of their ceremony of suppression.
Seems that way. They've brought their peace to mankind.
Probably just punch the dude.
Innominat suppression. Is this the ideal world the Abbey envisions?
Bien! There's no life in anyone's eyes! This isn't a fun place at all! It's not just people's minds being shackled. They're being forced to die, too. It's terrible.
Why would dying be part of anyone's ideal world?
Even under such strict control, new sins can still rise to the surface. If that happens, it's better to end the life of the sinner. Melchior came to the same logical conclusion.
What utter rubbish.
Anyway, we need to get to Logris.
What's going to happen to the world? How far will Innominat's power spread? When his domain expanded, I felt a faraway power suddenly come closer. It was enough to blot out the whole sky. I'm sure it's covered other towns too.
His domain has certainly extended to at least the entire populace of this country. Otherwise, what would be the point?
That means what happened at Port Zexon is happening everywhere.
Everyone is either a puppet, or...
Dead by their own hands.
Innominat created this ideal hell in a single moment. That's the power we're up against.
So we few are standing against a truly monumental force.
This is your last chance to turn back.
Turn back to what exactly?
Forward or back, we're headed into hell either way.
At least this way, I'll have my own free will. I'd prefer a living damnation to that oblivion.
Well, don't come crying to me later.
Let's move along then.
Alright, what do we get?
Show them how...
I was a fool for trying to sell commemorative chalices to the people visiting the Empyrean's throne. Happiness can't be bought with ill-gotten gains made through deception. In an effort to change my malevolent ways, I sold my shop and entered the holy priesthood. Rather than pursue my own greed, I've chosen to dedicate my life to bringing the sacred teachings to all.
Wow, look how shiny and pure he is. So this is what happens when Innominat suppresses all of someone's sins and desires.
How nauseating. And this is the kind of world they're trying to create.
Suck. Got that. Cat souls. That was cat soul. Yep. Grab. music kind of reminds me of Jaws. It's the, you know, as the shark is getting close, attacking.
Hey, you're Kakiku's menagerie.
Ooh, close. It's Magilu's menagerie.
I apologize for always demanding that you entertain me, despite my inability to even remember your name correctly. I'm also sorry to you, miss, for always insisting you do that tedious little bird impression of yours. I feel so bad I could just punch myself. Nay, I must.
I'm not sure if I'm more angry or confused.
It is wrong to seek pleasure from viewing petty tricks and pointless entertainment. Honest hard work alone is right. Someone such as I, who was unable to live in accordance to the simplest of truths, should disappear from this earth. Please, use that special trick you told me of. Make me disappear forever.
Yeah, this hella reminds me of Jaws. Yep.
I'll finish
Ow.
this next.
There we go.
You really do have a peculiar...
Second board. Come. And to them. Hey, let's go to attack to up there, which we will do. And over here. Actually, I'll hang up on this. Bam. Bam. Hey, there's someone to talk to. There's no bridge. Go on. Come on. Bam. Goodbye. 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 Ah, missed that. Yep, you're right here.
We must accept that we all grow old. I can no longer perform the physical labor that allowed me to benefit society. I no longer deserve to live here. I must find a place far from others. There, I will await a quiet death.
This isn't someone accepting that they'll grow old. This is him refusing to grow old.
If this spreads, we'll have no more old people at all.
I'll shout about that comment.
Pets consume precious resources and grant no tangible benefit to society. That's why I say we should throw them all back outside. It's only right.
I threw away my friend's entire pet beetle collection. They have been purged. This is all for the new order.
But I want to keep my rhinostagros.
It was the height of foolishness for a low-born person like me to hold on to romantic fantasies about Prince Percival. I should seek a male companion suitable to my social status, and live a life free of pointless desire and pride. Form, beauty, appearance, all are superfluous. Reason dictates that I seek a biological partner who lets me live my life with greater efficiency.
While what she's saying isn't technically wrong, it really creeps me out.
Yep. And I ended up hitting the microphone there. You guys heard that. Sorry. It's still working, right? Yeah. Looks like it. I think we're supposed to run this way. Yeah.
Even the capital is silent as death.
Innominat's power did all of this. A god among gods.
Fountains are purely decorative and serve no purpose to the collective good of mankind. They must be purged.
Not just the fountains.
The streets and houses are filled with unnecessary extravagances. Comfort is another word for vanity. It is a lie that breeds only envy and war. All vanity must be purged.
Yes, we cannot let ourselves be ruled by desire. We must control ourselves and lead lives of purity.
If they keep abandoning desire after desire, eventually they'll abandon even their desire to live.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go down that way. Figured we would, we run to the castle.
Isn't there anyone here who still has free thought?
I hope so. There has to be.
Mommy!
That was a child.
Mommy! I'm scared! Mommy!
Don't show any feelings, dear.
If they spot you, they'll...
Prince Percival! Tabitha!
You're still you!
This thing.
Demons? In the capital? No. They're Molotov.
Here it comes!
There we go.
This fight is over!
Oh, well, I got the last kill.
Tabitha, your mind's still your own?
Yes, somehow. But Prince Percival and that girl...
Looks like those Malakim took them away somewhere.
The prince was trying to help us get away. He said that the Abbey was gathering those who still had control of their own will at the villa.
We need to go after the prince and see just what's going on at the villa.
We don't know what sort of defenses they have at the front gate. Let's sneak in through the back.
Good plan. Back into the catacombs, then.
You got it.
Yeah. This gives you a feeling of something impending. Very dangerous. Here it's coming. It's over there. Wow. Good. Oh. Back this way.
So those weren't demons, they were Malakim.
Yes. They were probably ordered to hunt down any humans who still possess free will.
Innominat isn't whole, and his suppressive powers are not yet absolute. So he must be using the Malakim to find anyone he missed and process them. Sounds like him.
Process?
Be it a prince or a little girl.
I wonder if Tabitha's all right.
I don't think she'll be suppressed so easily.
Aye. She's got more grit than the average soldier.
But even if she resists suppression, if the Abbey finds her...
She'd stand out even more with us. She ran an entire shadow network. Finding a place to hide will be child's play for her.
Maybe she was just pretending to be an old woman.
Huh? But I really loved Tabitha's cooking.
I'm just kidding. You don't run into a woman that tough every day.
She's been living in society's shadows since before we were born. If she heard you were worried, she'd laugh and say you're wasting your time.
Then we should be on our way to the villa.
Let's get this little... Yep, up, up, up. Now we can board. What's that blue dot? Well, let's head over to that. This should purge any enemies in the way. If there's any. Ah, that's a wall point. Haha! That makes things simple. Let's... Oh, simple. Let's make a save. It's been a while since we did save. Just in case something catastrophic happens. Alright, up we go. Oh, got that. Up we go. What's the worship hall? What would be the worship hall? I'll pick up the thing. That. That. Consumable. Life bottle. Sure we're not gonna need it, but never hurts. Oh. Hey, you're back.
Good luck, Al.
Okay, that's everything. You get a bunch of things. Let's see what's over here. Scraps. Got some cats. Really intimidating music. No, I'm pretty fascinated with music. Being somewhat of a musician, it's kind of hard not to be interested in good sounding music. Yeah, play some music. I'd say I'm alright and not, obviously not greatest, otherwise that would be my profession. But I'm not terrible either. Somewhere in the middle. Okay. I'm really surprised this isn't. Like they timed it to get more intense as you closer. guess damn straight, I will make sure it gets more intense as you get closer to your destination. Wait, what? What's up? Oh. Combat swaps. Yeah. I'm curious, what level is it? Only 54. Bad. It's cats. There we go.
Ah! Save me! Mommy!
My mind is...
A channeling circle!
He's eating their will directly!
With an entrance like this, it's almost like
we're a bunch of heroes.
hey, no fair! You were supposed to say like what?
Killing blast! But I'm this close, I won't miss! Form zero!
He's not trash.
Prince Percival, are you all right?
Yes, thank you. Well, I know I can still feel scared out of my wits at least.
It's all right now. We'll help you find your mommy, and then
Mommy was executed. They killed her because she stole food to give to me. But that's okay. They had to. Mommy was acting against reason.
So this is the true face of their suppression.
Yes, this is the ideal world sought by Shepherd Artorius. As long as malevolence gave rise to demons, this was the only way. That's why the Kingdom of Midgand consented to his plan. But I will never consent.
A world without sadness, but also without joy. A world without hate, but also without love.
You suppose the whole world's like this now?
No. Even this close to the Empyrean's throne, some here have held on to their free will. Still, we don't have much time.
Right. I can feel Innominat's domain spreading even now. It's incomplete, but it's quickly growing stronger.
Even we might be suppressed if this keeps up, and then it'll be reason o'clock all day long.
Prince, Griffin is doing well.
Good. That's good. I'm happy. Truly. Until now, I thought I was just a tool to serve my country. But when my feelings were being torn from me, I felt myself want something. No, I thought. I don't want this. I don't want to lose who I am. I understand the true horror of this ideal world now. I know it's selfish to put this burden on you, but I beg you, stop all this. Stop Shepherd Artorias.
You said something to me once. A bird that cannot fly is no bird at all. And now I say this to you. People stripped of their feelings can never truly be alive.
Yeah, that's how I used to be.
We're going to defeat Artorias. We're going to make this world one where we can be ourselves. We're doing it for us, not for you.
You've changed, haven't you?
You really have. You used to be a sword wielded by your own hatred. But now, you're in control. You're the one who swings the blade.
Even if I still don't know when to sheath it.
Don't worry. When danger comes, I'll be there to protect you.
My, I'm jealous. It must be nice to have a reliable young man like that by your side.
It certainly is. Our Fee's a gallant soul.
Eisen, about Captain Eifried.
I dealt with him. But the Abbey, they stomped all over Eifried's pride to achieve this suppression of theirs. With these hands, I will destroy them.
Then I'm going to be selfish too. And as just another flawed human being, I will offer a humble prayer that you succeed.
Well, I'm pumped. Who wants to go cut our way into this throne of theirs?
We can't just barge in, Sword for Brains. We gotta prepare.
We stick to the plan. Wake up the four Empyreans and take Innominat's domain away from him.
Artorias said the ceremony wouldn't be complete until the Scarlet Night.
Will they complete the ceremony first, or will we awaken the Empyreans? It's a gamble.
Well, moping won't get us anywhere. Let's head to Mount Killer House.
Right. It's time to suppress the suppression.
Well. Oh.
Eleanor, did the Exorcists know about this when they agreed to help Artorias?
They couldn't have. The exorcists I know fought for a world where people could live their lives in happiness and peace.
But then how do you explain the fact that the Exorcists seem to accept what's going on?
Maybe that was just what I wanted to believe.
It could be that Innominat's suppression is also affecting the exorcists.
You mean Innominat might have taken control of their will and made them his tools?
Completely believable. Exorcists are too hard-headed to be open to much persuasion.
If I stayed with the Abbey, I might have accepted this world too. Thank you, Laphicet. It's your strength that protects my heart from wavering.
You really think so?
Of course I do. Have a little more self-confidence.
Guess it's a good thing I captured you then.
That's true. I owe you my gratitude as well. Thank you.
Seriously?
Quite. To be able to express what's in my heart is a wonderful thing.
You still drive me mad, but I can't disagree there.
These two have become really good friends, haven't they?
Even when not yet fully awakened, Innominat can extend his reach to the entire world.
The other towns are probably in the same sorry state as the ones we've seen, or perhaps even worse.
Magilu, is there some art that can awaken Malachine?
What do you mean?
Well, if I could just use the flames of purification properly.
Even if you could alter reality with that power, You'd end up destroying yourself in the process. Do you want to awaken that badly?
I need more power.
For Velvet's sake?
For her too, but I hate what the Abbey is doing. It's just wrong. This world of theirs is without any joy. I just want to do everything I can to stop them. This is what I want, with my own free will. And I
know of no such art. And even if I did, it wouldn't help you.
Huh?
You've already found strength in your heart. There's no magic that can make that stronger. What you need is to be ready and determined. And to be brave.
I guess you're right. Thanks, Magilu.
No thanks necessary. 100 gold will cover it.
You want me to pay you?
Hey, good advice isn't free. What do I look like, a sidewalk psychiatrist? I'm a witch.
She always has to be so difficult.
If she didn't change it some way, then she wouldn't argue with. Out of the way, weaklings. Stop. Stop. Boom. 1, 2, 3. To the ship. Oh, come on. Now the question is, do we have free rain yet? Must be. Yes! Okay, let's go here. And let's check out. See if we can go to Cat's Island. Oh, even though it's okay. Up. Maybe. No. Missed it. Down. There it is. God damn it. In the game. Say later in the game. Fuck is later in the game. If it's just before the final dungeon, then it's kind of pointless. Oh, this is annoying. Final dungeon. Guarantee it. That's how luck goes. Things like this. You get the invite early, but no, you can't beat the island. Yeah, Cat's Island. I guess we'll have to help this.
Oh, good. It seems you're both still here inside me then.
It is not as though we desired these circumstances. We're only here because you ate us.
I'll make no apologies.
You wish to sacrifice us to the 4 elemental Empyreans, is that it?
Yes. I won't apologize for that either.
It matters not. Your sins are nothing a mere apology could ever absolve.
I know.
At least you're aware of how selfish you are. Good for you, then.
Remember this well, Lord of Calamity. No matter how many times I am reborn, I will act the same.
As will I.
And I as well.
Did you say something?
Just dreaming is all. But I know now how deep my sins run.
Velvet, there's something I've wanted to talk to you about. It's about the Therians. And about Laphicet.
Let me guess. The link between us and Innominat.
Yes. There's no way of knowing what will happen until we actually try, but...
You don't have to worry about me. I said it before. Best just to blame all the wickedness of the world on the Lord of Calamity.
Don't you try to shoulder all of this yourself! We exorcists are just as much at fault for letting things come to this. So let me ponder what to do about Kamoana and the rest, but you need to think about Laphicet. There, I've said my piece.
I don't know which of us is more stubborn. Still, I've got to face the truth. I've got to tell him.
Oh, good. This place hasn't been suppressed yet.
We're unloading! Give me a hand, will ya? Hey, you listening?
Sorry. Something just feels weird. Like there's something tugging at my thoughts.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that lately. But pull yourself together, yeesh!
Yet being the operative term here.
We'd better get a move on.
Benwick, don't leave Kamoana or Medissa's domain, got it? The Therians are part of Innominat. They should be able to resist suppression to some extent.
Aye aye. You watch yourself too, First Mate.
Mount Killerhouse is at the northern edge of Northgand. Bit of a trek.
It'd be nice if we could resupply along the way.
There's a town, Mercio, near the foot of the volcano. It faces the sea, but the currents lately have been too strong to approach it by water. However, the land route should still be clear.
The whole continent has been getting colder of late, not just Northgand.
Colder? Could it have something to do with Innominat? Or maybe it's because the elemental Empyreans are asleep.
Both sound possible. But think too hard about the cold, and it'll give you the shivers.
Yeah, but even so...
Whatever the case, our course remains the same. We'll head to Mercio and work from there.
I hit the microphone again. It's just not gonna fall. Oh, okay, everything looks good.
My son came home from the capital and said he'd take over the family fishing business. That was always my dream. But is it really best for the world? For him to waste his talents on such a primitive activity?
Dad, what are you saying? I thought we talked about this.
You should use your education to help the country and people all across the world. That is the way of reason.
That guy is acting really oddly.
Wait, we talked about this?
Yeah, you agreed that I should use my knowledge to advance fishing technology and stabilize the world's food supply. Remember?
Oh. Yes, that's right.
Shape up, Dad. What's the problem? Drinking too much?
Just a nightcap before bed.
If you need some rest, I'll take the boat out myself today.
That'd be the day. Like I'd put you in charge. You're not ready to take the boat out by yourself.
An ill-fated fisherman's fortune. His memories are muddied. But is it divine will that dulls his wits, or drink?
A sailor who can't handle his drink is just as shameful as one who gets seasick.
Alright.
Daddy, we're having a long-armed crab hot pot party when you come home tonight.
As the world gets colder, the long-armed crab's habitat expands.
Do your best out there today.
If the crabs breed too quickly, it will affect the fish.
Hey, that guy is...
Daddy? You're acting weird.
Oh, sorry about that. My mind just wandered away from me there for a second.
If you do that on your boat, you'll fall into the sea.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be careful.
Good luck out there.
That boy's father, he was acting strangely.
The suppression is starting to affect people out here, too.
Things are getting serious. Shut up, Windows.
We opened our arms and welcomed that vagabond into our town. But despite our kindness, he robbed us, started fights, caused trouble. Then he stole a boat and escaped. But I was the one that let him go. I'm guilty too. We have to be strict with criminals.
Rogues always seem to drift into hell of ease, don't they?
Huh? Were we talking about something?
Wait, did you forget what you just said?
Yeah, I hope I didn't say anything strange.
We were talking about how nice of a guy you were.
Huh?
Don't be so hard on yourself, okay?
Huh?
Lost. I mean, Innominat affects them, they have no memories of it.
Yeah, it's even colder here than last time.
You're right. It was merely freezing before. Now it goes straight to the bone.
Allow me to warm.
Not necessarily.
Oh, the sneezes are going around? Achoo! Oh, so cold. If it's this bad here, I dread to think of what the Guyberg ice field is like.
The tundra past Mount Killerhouse? Is it really that cold?
I've stayed up in the mountains many times for my training. With all the snow, I imagine it'd be pretty rough for a normal human.
Why are you sneezing all of a sudden? Demons aren't supposed to feel cold.
Nah, a snowflake just flew up my nose and...
Achoo!
You're sneezing too.
My hair was blowing around and tickled my nose.
But according to the old book I read, it isn't supposed to snow much around Guyberg.
Because of lava from the volcano and the Earth's natural heat. I bet the book calls it Guyberg Plains, too.
Yeah, it says Mount Killerhouse was highly active, and the area used to be famous for its hot springs.
But now it's... What?
Why are you all staring?
They're all expecting you to sneeze, I think.
Everyone else is doing it!
Now give us a good show.
Sorry everyone. No sneezes here. I'll practice for next time.
Good grief.
I think it's ready to go. It has to be through the ribbons. Okay, wait. It has to be there. Oh, wait. That has to be it. Hey, we can go through them now. Ow, why can I not fly in a straight line? There you go. Boom. Boom. Papa. Chest. And it's gold on the weapon. Something good, something good, something good. Oh, on the shoes. Boom.
It's only a bit further to the town of Mercio.
And once we're past Mercio, we'll find our destiny on Mount Killaros.
I know it's supposed to be cold here, but I didn't think it would be this cold.
Reviving the elemental Empyreans is bound to alter this weather.
I'm not sure how much warmer it'll get in the time we'll still be alive.
Keep moving. The cold and the climb don't matter. We have to move forward. We can't stop until the elemental Empyreans have been revived.
It's been a while, let's make a save. Expedition's finished.
A new resident.
What? Oh, wait, there it is.
Show him how I...
Yeah, dual board over here. Let's see. On the path, so that makes it simple. Treasure chest somewhere, so let's try and find it. And there it is. Out of the way. And it's consumable. 8,000 gold. Over here. Cat souls, or cat souls. Not over here. Bunch of cat souls. Off we go. Chest down there. There's 4 chests around here. So, wait, there's another one. Question is, how do we get down to them? Just like this. silver. Good. Let's go. That. Bop. 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 Or a brown? Okay, a brown. Now some gold. Cats to play a game. So what is best to test that? Oh, it's under us. Okay, I see. I get it. Here. Right? What? We have to literally go through town to get there. I don't know, let's go see.
This is ridiculous!
Is this Mercio?
3 days on watch with no sleep? I was 10 freaking minutes late! It's not like the mine is gonna fall apart!
Hey,
Sure, whatever! If you got business here, go on in!
yeah, we'll do that.
They'll pay for this!
Wow. I didn't know so many people lived up here on the northern edge of the world.
This town was built around the mining of flamestone, which can only be found here on Mount Killerhouse.
So if anything happens to the volcano, this town's screwed.
So releasing the 2 souls here will surely destroy the town.
Inhuman, aren't I? Curse me all you want.
I have no right to. The Abbey has proven itself just as heartless.
People living here must have the will to endure the cold, to fight back against this pitiless environment. I'd rather have that strength than feel nothing in the face of my troubles and pain.
Agreed. A life without feeling is a box of stupid.
Yes, a vast container of stupid.
Right. The question is, can we wake up all 4 elemental Empyreans with the souls Velvet has absorbed? If Innominat's revival and the Empyrean slumber are related, we should assume we need all 4 Empyreans to stop him.
I think I'll only be able to wake 2. There are only 2 souls left inside of me. Teresa's and Oscar's.
Are you sure?
Yes, I can tell.
I don't know if 2 Empyreans will be enough to fight him.
This is my responsibility. I offer my own soul.
If we don't have enough, let's knock on Shigure's door. His soul would make a fine sacrifice.
Old man Melchior, too. His heart's as cold as a witch's teat, but he's free of malevolence.
You're truly ready to take on 2 legates at once?
I was born ready. It's not like they'll sit back and ignore us anyway.
And with Artorias and Innominat all tied up with their suppression party, this is the perfect chance to take them out.
Acting with caution is a box of stupid, I take it?
Now you're catching on.
All right, leave it to me.
So, I'm all stoked for the god waking, but what's the plan?
The road to the volcano is on the other side of town. Let's start by taking a quick look around.
Have you heard the rumors about the Lord of Calamity?
No. What rumors?
That deadly demon whose rampage began in Helives. The Abbey finally got her. I heard that she bites anyone who meets her gaze, that she devours humans as a snack, and that she has the head of a wolf. I was terrified of what might happen if she showed up here. Now, I can finally rest easy, knowing that she's gone.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to get bitten, that's for sure.
I know. I'm so relieved. I don't want a demon to kill me.
Definitely not. In fact, if you ever meet one, you should run. Fast.
Yeah, you're talking to the Lord of Calamity.
The gatekeeper, he wasn't mean to you, was he?
He was pretty angry about being forced to watch the gate, but he let us pass through no problem.
I know that being forced to be on watch for 3 days straight is excessively harsh, but still. He wandered here from another town one day. He barely ever does any work and has a habit of pilfering things. He skipped out on his duties in the Flamestone mines, and while we were busy working, he was sneaking into our empty houses to steal things.
So that's why you made him stand at the edge of the village.
Yeah. We're bringing him food, of course. We told him that if he doesn't like it, he can leave.
Still, is he actually accomplishing anything out there?
He may be bold enough to rob us, but he's a real coward. If a demon showed up, he'd shut the gates and come running. He doesn't have anywhere else to go, so we're hoping that eventually he'll realize the error of his ways.
If you keep forcing him to stand out there in the cold, he might find another place to go. The afterlife.
God damn it.
Mercio has been getting colder every year. We used to have a spring and summer, short though they were.
Now we're the town of eternal winter. It sounds like a tough place to live.
Still, Flamestone is used for more than just heating. People all over the world need it, you know? That's why no matter how tough it gets, we keep on with our lives here, while holding pride in our work.
No matter how cold it gets, this place is our home. The warmth inside our hearts can keep the chill away.
This town really is warm then, in body and soul.
Oh, I like the way you talk.
Make sure to take a dip in our hot spring before you leave. Oh, here's a tip. The water is scalding hot, so put some snow in to lower the temperature. Snow in the tub. Got it?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's satchel. Oh, that end.
What a peaceful, serene place.
You sure it isn't just the snow?
But doesn't it look pure and beautiful?
Well, I think it's pretty too.
But that doesn't guarantee the citizens will be.
Not you too, Eisen.
Well, they're kind enough to let a shirker stand out in the cold for 3 days.
He might have been up to no good. Every town has sunny spots and shadows.
I'm well aware of that, but...
This discussion isn't leading anywhere. We'll know once we go see for ourselves. Just think of it like your old job. Investigate and find the truth.
Yes, I believe I shall.
You know that? Yes, I can. Okay. Big chest or something. Maybe over here. Oh. It's not from this side. Just a couple cats. Let's see, let's cut it. Yeah, across here. Flowers. Oh, and these other two chests. Ah, right, there's one. So we have to slide down.
Demons! There are demons in town! Ah!
Everyone, run away!
What happened to the gate watch?
He's the one who turned into a demon!
Now's your chance. Run!
Sorry, but you're going to help me.
Thank you so much. How can we ever repay you?
I have a message for the Abbey's legates. On the next Scarlet Night, I will offer a sacrifice to Mount Killerhouse and strip Innominat of his power. I dare them to try and stop me!
She just ate the demon with her arm. She's...
I am corruption made flesh! Velvet, the Lord of Calamity!
This city is ours. Flee to the south, puny humans, while your tears dump the snow!
The demon lord of
Hurry,
chaos!
before our dark mistress sucks the marrow from your very bones!
She'll eat us all! Run for it!
That was splendid. We should do this more often.
It went well, except
Ow! What was that for?
there will be no sucking of marrow. My sister taught me proper table manners.
Oh, what a waste. The marrow's the tastiest part.
It kinda is.
At least now the citizens of Mercio won't be swept up in our fight.
They already are. We just tore their homes and livelihoods away. This wasn't for them. This was to summon the legates here. That's all.
Even so, I thank you for what you've done, O fearsome Lord of Calamity.
I'll pretend I didn't hear that, O exalted praetor of the Abbey.
A whole crowd of people were fleeing south. What happened?
Benwick, why are you here?
I had a delivery for the first mate. Kurogane and Kamoana are here too.
You brought Kamoana?
She absolutely insisted on following me. Poor kid said she had a dream that you died, Eleanor.
Kamoana.
How long do we have until Shigure and the others get here?
Given the distance, my guess is they won't show up until the Scarlet Night.
Then I think I'll make use of that time. Kurogane wanted me for something, I take it?
Aye, that's what he said.
All right then. Everyone go rest up.
Good idea. We've got a battle to prepare for.
This may be the last breather we get. As always, better make sure you leave no regrets.
Fee, anything could happen. Don't leave town.
Can I stay with you, Velvet?
I don't mind, but you sure?
Yeah.
Do what you like then.
So we just scared off everyone. The village. Good job. This way. That capsule. Ah, that's the last treasure chest. And it's a consumable.
What's that sound?
It's Kurogane.
He must be forging another sword.
He certainly is. The old fellow's forging himself into a blade.
He's turning himself into a sword?
He can do that? Is that possible?
Who knows? Either way, it's what he decided to do. We had one last drink together.
You'd go that far to defeat Shigure and Stormhowl.
I would. I'll turn a friend into a sword to kill my own brother. I'm a jerk.
I'm in no position to judge.
I think you are. Whatever you may look like, you're human. You hate because you love, and feel as much hurt as you do anger. That's human. Kurogane is with me. He agreed to it. What our blacksmith friend feels towards Stormhowl is more than resentment. It's admiration, too.
That's why he wanted to do it. He wanted to put everything he had into one final clash.
Shigure's the same. He has that very human strength to take the good along with the bad and just keep pushing ahead. A strength that I, as a demon, can never match.
Brooding doesn't suit you, Rokuro. You wanted to be a swordsman greater than any other. That's why you fought and bled to perfect your skills. That's the sort of man you are.
Yep, that's who I am.
I like that part of you, Rokuro.
Me too. Thanks.
Is this like the final meetup and talk to everyone before the final battle? Or push through the final battle? We don't got to talk to Maguro. Next one, it's Aizen.
Writing another letter to your sister?
Nope. This time she sent one to him. Man, she hardly ever writes back. Hope this ain't a bad omen.
Shut it.
Aizen, that's great news.
I told her about all of you in my last letter. Seems she was amused. Says you sound appropriate for me, and she'd love to meet you.
Weird sister you've got.
You don't know the half of it. A girl weird enough to want to live alongside the Reaper, no matter the cost.
I'd love to meet her, too.
I'll warn you.
Touch my sister and I'll kill you. Right? Sheesh, you say that to every guy you meet.
Awfully protective.
Nah, just obsessed.
That's even worse.
We'll all go meet her together someday.
I like your confidence.
Yeah, I man the wheel of my own ship.
Aye, as do I. And all of you. And even her.
Oh no, it must be in the second part of the town. Yep. No. Dogs are back there. She's playing with the dogs, he's watching them. What's up with being food there? Gold. It's time to talk to
98, 99, 100. Ready or not, here I come! Bring it on! Okay, gonna find you!
Having fun?
Kamawana insisted that we play, so...
Madam Eleanor! I followed Kamawana for you. She's hiding right over there. Wow, cheating against a kid? That's low.
I didn't! Bad Bienfu, no cheating!
Huh? But when I play with Miss Makilu, she always makes me do that.
She's a terrible influence on you.
Eleanor, why aren't you looking for me?
I found you, Kamawana! And Dial!
What? No fair! See? That's cheating!
I didn't cheat. I simply utilized Bienfu's cheating. That's called strategy.
Plans must be solid and reactions flexible, right?
Right. See, Kamawana? I'm smart and strong. You don't have to worry about me.
Don't worry. I believe in you, Eleanor. I'm just worried that Bienfu will get you in trouble. Why am I the bad guy now?
I can handle Bienfu, too. Don't worry. I'll make sure everyone makes it back safe.
Okay, it's a promise.
Kamawana, if you're feeling better now, head back, okay? It's too cold, you'll go into hibernation.
No sleeping! Dial's it next, because he's a crocodile.
I'm not a crocodile, I'm a lizard.
Isn't that the same thing?
Not even close! You think crocodiles can regrow their tails?
It has to be possible. There must be a way to make a better world for everyone. Humans, demons, Malakim, and I intend to find it. It might take years. No, decades, centuries, generations. Even if it takes me millennia, I'll do it.
Playing the long game, I take it?
I believe in you, Eleanor. You'll find a way.
I will. Once I've made up my mind, nothing can stop me.
Yep.
Trust me, we know.
Looks like Dial's tail is supposed to be grown. Okay, that's everyone. Oh, there's a cat slit. I guess we should... where do we put the cats? Jack? There we go. Oh, I guess we can just check it right there. Yep, open. Okay, and that must be Magilu, and that's it, talking with everyone.
Lord of Calamity, your schemes are your own business. But I won't stand by if Kamawana's fate is involved.
It's a bit late for that. If you mean to stop me, you'll have to strike me down first.
You asked for it.
Achoo!
I found an inn with a nice big hot spring. Warm yourself up before you catch cold.
What a darling you are! I'll take you up on that. Gotta conserve my strength.
Good idea. Fee, want to join me?
What? No way!
No need to hold back on my account. The bath at the inn should be huge.
That's not the problem. Achoo!
See? Hurry up and get in.
Why do you do this to me? I'll bathe alone, thank you. You go first.
Fine, fine. What is it?
Just a little errand. Watch these folks for a bit, all right? Looks like you got our message.
You plan on awakening the 4 Empyreans.
Age hasn't dulled your wits, I see.
Surely you know the consequences. You know the chaos you will bring if you take that route.
Oh yeah, so much chaos. Innominat's amplified resonance will return to normal, the Malachim will regain free will. Many exorcists will lose their power to do whatever they do, and the Abbey will lose its means of control.
While the demon threat will remain unchanged.
Not only that, but the elemental balance of this world will be thrown into turmoil for hundreds of years. Earth will shift, skies will go mad, seas will swell, volcanoes will erupt. It'll be quite a show.
All of civilization will regress. The eruption of Mount Killerus alone will rob humanity of its source of flamestone and consequently of gunpowder.
Sounds fun. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm sure mankind will think of something. Go humans, right?
Just what do you think humans are?
The wellspring of all malevolence. Thus must emotion be quelled, and reason bring order to the world, until the day that humanity can repent and overcome their sins. I get that right?
You did. Innominat was awakened for that very purpose.
We are the instruments of change, hated for our sacrifice. We are the shadow of the shepherd who brings salvation.
Will you not return to our side? You still seem to think of yourself as a maven.
I can think of nothing more boring than your ideal world.
It is a world of purity.
A garden of fake flowers, good for show and nothing else.
It's a world of order built on righteous ideals.
Those ideals are twisted! Can a flower hold beauty if it does not wilt? Can a wolf be satisfied eating grass? The thought makes me rich, as do those who wish for it, and those content to live in shackles!
Let the biting bugs go ahead and eat what they want to eat. Let the weeds grow where they want to grow. Some may look down on them and scoff at their foolishness, but their unwavering wills are proof that they're alive. If that's what you call evil, then I will live and die with evil as my mantra!
Then I have no choice but to crush you.
Used to treating people as bugs, aren't you?
We got your back, Magilu.
Wait. Now is not the time. His life belongs to the Lord of Calamity. Melchior Maven, I'll see you at the volcano. Don't you worry. I'll be sure to be there as you breathe your last.
Very well. It will save me the trouble of having to crush you one by one.
You haven't changed at all, Master.
What a nice bath. How was the men's side?
Not bad. I feel warmer now.
Hmm? Your face is all red. In there too long?
No, I feel fine. Oh.
You mind? Help me comb my hair.
Can I?
Yes, please. Be careful, okay? I can't contain it.
You know something, Velvet? Your hair is really beautiful. You know, that power that I have. If I could master the silver flame, I might be able to turn you back into a human.
A human, huh? If we ever had a chance to start over, I'd love to cook for you every day. My quiches are much better than anything they sell in the stores.
Okay, then I'll fetch the water and chop the firewood.
All by yourself?
Of course! I'm gonna get a lot taller soon, and I'm gonna get stronger too.
Yes, you will. I know you will.
Great! Then I'll start looking for a way to master...
No. It's too late. I've made too many sacrifices. Too many to ever come back from. I can't.
But Velvet...
Even worse, I haven't stopped. I'm willing to sacrifice others to keep going forward. If we kill Innominat, what will happen to the Therians who are part of him? Will they return to normal?
Well...
It's likely that they'll all die. I know it. I dug my own grave. But what about Kamoana and Medissa? More importantly, what about Yuffie? You are connected to him. I know I might die if I go through with this, but still I have to do it. Even if it means I have to sacrifice everyone that I know, even you who saved me. The Lord of Calamity isn't a demon lord. She's just a selfish, horrible girl.
I have something to confess. I don't like being called Fee. I really don't. I think that name's too childish.
Luffy said the same thing to me.
I'm sure that he did. Velvet, you really don't understand boys at all.
Yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I forgive you.
Thank you. Luffy said.
Is Velvet in there?
Yeah, but now's not the best time.
I'm here.
Dry up. Break time's over. The legates have arrived.
Another scarlet night.
Losing your nerve, Velvet?
I think not.
Don't worry, leave Shigure to me.
Where's Kurogane?
Here with me. Kurogane and I will cut Shigure down.
And Aizen. Sorry, but Melchior's mine to eat. Got it?
Got it. But at the very least, you're gonna let me watch.
Magilo, you do whatever you want. Go nuts out there.
I'm always nuts.
Benwick, when you see your chance, take the others back to the Von Eltia and await orders.
Aye, aye.
Luffy said.
Let's go.
Eleanor, keep Laphicet safe, please.
I will. Worry not.
Let's move. We go to kill the Exorcist Legates and engulf this world in the flames of chaos!
Have a good trip. See you soon, Kay.
Okay, still no chest list to grab? Alright, I think this is a good spot to call it for now. We went about 2 hours, so I think that's good. Decided to build up to the climax. Although we're only 30 hours in. It was only a 40-hour game. We just got 20 extra hours of who knows what other shit. But I hope you all enjoy and having fun. We shall be back here in a couple hours to do Ghost of Tsushima. So until then, I shall see you the next time. Later.